Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selection here for Sunday, July 21st. Before we get into the play of the day, we'll quickly recap what happened yesterday. Unfortunately, we suffered from a bad case of deja vu as we ended up taking a first five team total and against a pretty poor pitcher, and then the offense we ended up betting on did absolutely nothing. It's a shame because of the fact that I was contemplating either giving out the Rangers team total or any UFC play, particularly Greg Hardy on the money line. And unfortunately, all the UFC leans that we had won, but the play of the day lost. So that is unfortunate, but I was able to catch some on the UFC card. I think I should probably just recap the card entirely or give a preview on that in a separate video, as some of you have been requesting before, because UFC was really good, and I feel badly about what happened over the play of the day for the last couple of days. But overall, we're actually going to be taking a break from baseball today. And I know that I haven't made a tennis video in a while, so I figured this would be the best of both worlds here, as I'm trying to, find a nice play here for the play of the day, as well as to give you some tennis content. So we're going to be looking at Newport between John Isner and Alexander Bublik. And in this game, we actually like Bublik here at the over 12 games, which is available at minus 125. Just in case some of you might be confused, the total's at 25.5. We like the Bublik personal games over 12 here at minus 125 on 5 dimes. Now, just to briefly summarize both players here, Isner, I don't think really needs much of an introduction. Everyone knows him as being the big serving American who can't return to save his life, but he's arguably the best server of all time, probably top 4. But overall, every single match that he's had so far in this tournament in Newport has gone to 3 sets. He has won this tournament multiple times, but at the same point, he simply just has been struggling a little bit, capitalizing in tiebreakers, and I think that Bublik should be able to take at least one tiebreaker from him. Meanwhile, Bublik and his matches, they've also all gone to 3 sets, and I would not be surprised to see this match be relatively long with a couple of tiebreakers. And if Bublik wins 1 set, I think you pretty much win this prop guaranteed. How's it going, Vegas? Thanks for joining us. So Bublik, as a player in his own right, is a very solid server. However, he has had an issue with double faulting, as he ended up having 13 double faults in his last match against Marcel Granollers. But overall, he's still a very solid server, and I think that he will be able to hold his own against Isner. And I would not be surprised to see this match go to 2 tie breaks. And even if Isner wins in straight sets in 2 tie breaks, you simply push. So I think there is a lot of value here at the over 12 instead of the over 12.5, because Bublik can easily lose in straight sets and 2 tie breaks, and you still don't lose. So in terms of that, we like Bublik here, and we think that Bublik should win at least 1 set. And I think that there is some value at the over 12 at minus 125. And that will be our play of the day, and that match will be starting in roughly 1 hour. Now, in terms of some of the leans today, baseball, I know a decent amount of the games have started or they're about to start. Lean to the Pirates today. Drew Smyly's on the mound. I don't think anything really needs to be said besides that. He got thrown out of Texas for being terrible. He was thrown out of Tampa Bay a couple of years before for being awful. He's never been good, and I simply think that the Pirates will be able to make some noise. But give me the Pirates in that one. Moving on, lean to the Dodgers and Marlins under. Yamamoto's been good. Bueller's been pretty solid with the exception of the last play of the day that we had on him. But overall, both teams scored a lot of runs yesterday. Now you have a lot better starting pitching. Lean to the under in that one. And the last lean we're going to give out, we're actually going to recommend the over 11 in the Angels and Mariners game. Sorry about that sound. There's some housekeeper doing something. But overall, we're going to lean to the Angels there. And we're going to lean to the Angels a little bit and the over as well, because I think both pitchers will struggle. And Kikuchi's numbers have been terrible against the Angels in his career so far. But are over 25.5. In terms of if you have the choice of the over 25.5 and the plus 2.5 games, I'd lean to the over 25.5, because there is a chance that Isner could win 1 set 6-3. And then the others will go to tie breaks. So if that's the case, I think you'll be better off taking the over 25.5, Terry, as the play of the day for you on that one. Because 2.5, if Isner just wins 1 set 6-3, you might be screwed. So in terms of the team total, Vegas, for Pittsburgh, I have to like the over there. Philly's bullpen's terrible. Neris is their best pitcher, and he's too busy trying to throw at people's heads. from the Dodgers. So for me, I think Smiley will be on a short leash. I think he'll go about 3 innings or so. I think he'll give up 4 or 5 runs. I think that should go over. So I'd lean to the Pittsburgh team total over as well in that one. But the play of the day will be on the Bublik personal total over 12 games. Other than that, though, quick reminder for sponsor PointsBet, Owen Sportsbook in New Jersey, a couple of great deals for you. Up to 2 risk group bets up to $1,000. So if you end up betting on tennis, WNBA, Canadian football, anything you want, you simply get your money back and don't have to worry about losing a large portion of your bankroll. Other than that, though, in terms of that Vegas, honestly, I think you can take the over on both, but I think you should just take the over team at 5.5 there. I know first 5 at 3.5, I guess, makes mathematical sense, but the Phillies bullpen is so bad. And if you do the math on that, you need divide 5.5 by 9, or about 8.5 or so, and then take that and then compare dividing 3.5 by 5 innings. I think that you're better off taking the 5.5 there, because that simply just means that you get another 4 innings for a shot at scoring 2 more runs. I think that's definitely just a better deal. So I'd lean to the full game over at 5.5 there. But let's get over this installment of Scott's selections here for Sunday, July 21st, as we hope to bring you a winner after a couple of, poor results for the play of the day. But good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.